my dear friends, welcome here once again, and I wish we are going to have a nice time together. And as we were, if you remember, we were discussing in the previous chat that many a time, so many of my friends ask that, Reshma, how you maintain your calm and that energy level? And we have seen most of the time that however the situation is, you just put a kind of a calm face. So the thing is, maybe I remain calm, but the thing is I have to try a lot hard in the last many years to come to this level where even when the things are not right, not to my liking, but still I try to keep on a calm face. And as far as energy level is concerned, I really don't know. I just try to be my own version. That's who I am. Sorry. So as in the previous one, I was trying to share my little hacks as far as trying to maintain or keeping my calm and composure even when things are not right. And as I said, I tried, and so I guess there are a few I try, and three I suppose I have shared with you in the previous one. So today, continuing from there, another of the thing that I consciously cultivate is having a sense of gratitude, or cultivating a sense of gratitude, you can say. That most often we get carried away with the wants and the demands of life, but now I feel that even though we have a lot of wants and demands from life, but still we do have also a lot of things which so often we just take it for granted. And that's the reason I very consciously, I cultivate this thing of gratitude. And I can only say about myself, because that's what I'm sharing. Because you all wanted to know so many times. Now, how do I cultivate my sense and share of gratitude for everything that I do have? Good things. So in the morning when I woke up, in my bed itself, I just have a quick prayer. Every morning I do it, yes. Again, when I go for my sleep at night, I do a little prayer while in my bed. I do it. Then there are some affirmations, which is very important, I believe. Some other time I'm going to share with you. In the morning also, after my prayer in the bed itself, I do some little affirmations. At night also, after my prayer in my bed, I do some affirmations. Also, as you know very well, I'm a very religious person, spiritual person. And I am religious. I have no qualms in saying that. And I am both religious and spiritual. And I believe both the things goes together. So I do my puja. Yes, in the morning I do, in the evening I do, whenever I am there. Even if I am late also, maybe I'm very late, but still I come back and I do offer, the incense stick to the altar. And then we have the conch shell. The conch, I blew the conch thrice in the evening also, or at night also if I'm late, because sitting in front of the altar, sitting in front of the God, that gives me a certain calm, certain peace of mind, which I love to. The day if I miss it for some reason, I just feel something is missing, I just don't feel like complete. Again, talking about the sense of gratitude, when I have my morning tea, or when I have my lunch at home, or dinner at home, or evening tea, whatever the food I do have in my home, especially during these 4 times, if I'm having those food, so I always that time do a quick prayer, because I am being am blessed with that food because of a certain higher power who has given it to me. That's how I believe, and that's how it is there in me. So I always offer a quick prayer to them if I am at home. Not that I'm having this thing in the outside cafe or in a restaurant. No, I don't do it there, because many a times it may look there are so many other peoples also around there. So everything is not for every place. That's how I believe in. And also I believe that there are certain things which are very, very private, and those things should be kept as private only. And so that is the reason when I'm outside in front of the public and things like that, no, that time I don't do. But every day when I'm at home, I definitely offer my prayer before I have even a cup of tea also. It gives me a sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of composure. And I believe whatever you say, you kind of find a calm and composure. I think that is a reflection of, that gratitude that I do have. So yes, these are, small things. And again, when I find myself in certain fix or things are not going well, I do just a quick prayer. So that is also a kind of a gratitude, because I am remembering at that point of time the divine. Even when it's a happy time, say a few days before it was Diwali, then a few days before that it was Dussehra, then Christmas is coming, and as far as in the Hindu tradition of ours, there's always some religion or the other. So every time whenever I'm happy also, that time also I always give him a thank. Thank you so much for blessing me with this beauty. Again, when I come out in the very morning, once out of my bed, I come out outside in the nature, under the sky. I always, in that early morning, I look towards the sky and I, do my prayer. Yes, I do. Even at night also, before I get into my room, that time also, first I look towards the universe and I do my prayer. Then I get in my room, I get to my bed, and then I do my, again, prayer and certain, affirmations. So yes, today I'm sharing as I say, there's nothing secret, because I also have learned these things from some other people who are more than willing to share those, because that's what, the beauty of humanity is all about. Sharing the beautiful things which empowers us. That's what is, because that's how we grow. The more we share, the more we get. What we give, we get. The more I block myself, I do not share, I'll just essentially make myself limited. That's of no point. If I have got these things from some people, from some sources, I am bound to share with many others if that or those becomes of any help to anyone. So yes, this is another thing, as I always say, which probably I believe is the biggest reason why people see me, most of the time, that composed and calm self, because that's just a reflection of that. I don't have any hand in it. It is the, the universe, the power I believe in, the gods I believe in. They just carry me through. That's how it is. I don't have any hand. Now, there's another a little hack that I embracing continuous learning. This is how I love to say. Learning is very important. I'm not saying gaining, the information. There's a lot of difference between getting information, gaining information, and learning. There's a whole lot of difference, like chalk and cheese. As far as, because I'm here sharing my thing, talking about information, I try to keep the informations as limited as possible to myself. I don't read newspaper. I had stopped it. I don't look to the news also in, television, internet, or anywhere. I don't. Most of the time, truly speaking, I really don't know what is happening as far as information is concerned. Because most of the time, it's the murder, it's the wrong things that's happening in the thing. What information am I going to get out of them? They are just going to be some information. They are not knowledge. They are not something which will make me wise, right? They are not something which I can say learning. Who is raping somebody, it's not learning. Who is fighting with somebody, it's not learning. Two countries fighting between themselves, it's not learning. It's just an information. So when I pile up information, it's essentially going to eat my gray cells. I don't allow those things. Yup, I don't. And that's the reason most of the time now, if you ask me about what is happening, probably I won't even be able to say who is the president or prime minister of which country. Yup, I don't have any qualms also. If that makes me uneducated or unlearned, so be it. As I said in my previous one also, if somebody say 2 + 2 is 10, I would agree. So if somebody say, oh no, you don't know who is the president of US or who is the president of India or somewhere else, so you are like, you live in a fool's paradise. I say, okay, fine. I am happy to be in a fool's paradise because they are not my learning thing. So what is learning in that case for me is, I learned, a lot from my dogs. I had learned a lot from my dogs about loyalty. Yes, like for years, how to remain loyal to a single person, where I do not allow cheating and those nonsense things coming around me. I have learned it from my pets. That is called learning. And that's what I have imbibed. I can say, openly in front of the camera that I am a person who is dogly loyal. And I say this with fullest respect to my pets, with fullest, composure and fullest pride. Because in today's world, loyalty is something which is very precious. You don't get it quite often. So again, I learned from the flowers. These flowers you see around, they just bloom. They just gives us so much happiness, so much beauty all around. We see them, we tear them, we put it, on the altar of the God. Even for our decorating our rooms, putting a flower in the hair and so many things. And after a point of time, the flower wilts. And it's having no expectation at all. This is I have learned from the flowers, and still I'm learning that whatever I have in my own capacity, I try to share. I don't expect because I'm giving this, so I'm going to get it. No, I don't. And that's why many a times I buy gifts for people without a reason. Yeah. Because every time there should not be reasons, and that I have learned from, from these beings, as I said, the flowers, the dogs, the cows, you just name it, they are all around. I have learned another thing, to keep my mind's eye, heart's eye open, giving that space to embrace, those beautiful things around. These are important things for me, learning. Again, talking about these two are okay. Many will say these are the abstract learning. Though I do not differentiate, learning is a process for me which empowers me. That's what learning is all about. But still talking about, so-called material learning. I'm not a very technically sound person. I'm not. So many times I'm learning so many technical things, with the team, from the team members with whom I work. Then from the people who works with me, and vice versa thing. I am learning so many things. Yet I have to learn so many things. Many a times, I know I irritate them also, asking, please tell me how this is to be done. And after they show it to me, I just make them wait. And I practice it a few times in front of them, so that they can say, yep, I said, many a times I know I'm irritating them, but still I'm learning. I learn those things. Because what I do not know, I do not know. And if they are going to help me, empower me in any way, as far as my human growth is concerned, I am ready to learn. Other than that, whatever the craps are happening around, I just do not give a damn to it. Yes, so embrace that continuous learning process from wherever you get it. From the little things to the big things, it's entirely up to you. But keep that heart's eye and the mind's eye open. That makes you, a better person at the end of the day. And that again gives you a reflection, that calm and composure that you do have, or people say I have, that comes from those things, I believe. because I do not think I have to do this thing to, compose myself or calm myself. I just do these few things, and probably, as we say, na, ki who we are, that gets reflected. It's nothing ki every time you can pretend to be somebody else. Maybe for a few hours it is possible, maybe for a few days also, max to max it is possible, but how long can you pretend? Pretension is just temporary. Otherwise, whatever you see in that person, it's who that person is, himself or herself is, their real self. And so it's again, as I said, it's all about the learning thing. Now another thing that I try to, that which is very important for me, this is very important, which is practicing kindness and empathy. Very, very important to me. Yes, among whatever the hacks I try to follow consciously, this is one of the most important by far. Practicing empathy, practicing kindness. Because we all are connected in this world. We all are connected. However small or big, the entire ecological system, if you try to be, little mindful, you will get that we all are connected. A little bit here and there, things will mess up. So the thing is, if we all are connected, then I just cannot think about only every time about myself, about my, selfish motives. I cannot. And I'm not that person also. I had never been that kind of a person. For me, loving the beings around, they can be human being, they can be animal, they can be plant, they can be even a little ant also. Like for example, I'm not always conscious while walking. Many a times, many insects comes under my feet. Yeah, I do agree with it. But if I see an ant is there around, I can see and I'm walking, I would either stop or I'll take a different route. But I'm not going to, put my feet on it. No, I don't. For many, it's maybe a very simple thing, but for me, it's a big thing. Why? Because the way I am being valued as an individual by the God, that ant has also been created by that same God. And if you try to look into the molecular biology, the anatomical biology, the physical biology, that small ant, it is also having everything like me in proximity to the T, whereby it is moving, it is breathing, it is building its house. This life is so complex like ours. So that small ant is also a reflection of that big creator. So who am I to play around, with that small ant also? So yes, every time, probably in one of the episodes I shared, I love, feeding the cows or the animals around. I love going and petting them, even if they are small. And I try to even, pick the animals in my lap also if they are small. So I love animals, I love plants. I love people around. Empathy, kindness in any form is very important. And what we give, we get. That's one of the crux of it. And when I say I'm a religious person, I'm a spiritual person, without empathy and without kindness, I cannot claim myself to be a religious or a spiritual person. Because the essentiality of any religion or any spirituality is love, is share, is care. If those things are not there, nobody can claim, especially I cannot claim myself in that case. So yes, empathy and kindness is one of the biggest thing for me, as far as the hacks, as I say, to keep my calm and composure. So as you can see, I'm once again having a bad cough. So I guess today I have to wrap it up over here and with a few more that I try to follow in my own life, I'm definitely going to share. So thank you all, my dear friends. Thank you.